Moment. Right. Hi, Lisa in Carolina Beach. Up in San Francisco area. Right. Love having you all with us. Now we will begin. Welcome, welcome to Mastery Monday. So grateful for you all to be here for our July 7th, our 7/7 Mastery Monday, where we are going to explore what's present in the field and talk about what I'm sensing and experiencing in the field as the pure heart of saying yes to ourself and all that gets to arise when we say yes to ourself. And so I'll begin with our short opening grounding meditation, then I'll share a couple of announcements, and I'll share the energy update and the information, and then we'll have a deeper meditation and then some time to share at the end for all of you who want to share anything that's present for you. And feel free anytime that I'm speaking or anything that is taking place to write in chat, maybe something that resonates with you, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and you can do that on chat or comments if you're tuning in on Zoom or YouTube. So let's begin. Just inviting you in this moment to take a deep breath in. And also just notice your breath. Maybe taking a deep breath isn't available right now. So just noticing. Noticing what is present with your body, with your breath, with your awareness. And as you are taking a breath in, just inviting yourself to be here right now in this moment. And as you breathe out, inviting that you will let any tension go, anything that's no longer needed to just sigh out of your body, any cords that you may have with yourself or anybody else, any place, anything, thoughts, emotions, just inviting them to gently sigh out and shift from your physical body, your energy body, and go to source or wherever they're aligned to go. Yourself to be right here now in this moment. As we're breathing in and out, we're going to invite a golden white light around the body. A golden white light around your body where you get to breathe into more aligned space, a lighter space, a clearer space as we welcome through that golden white light your inner clarity, your soul connection that's inherent within your body and around your body, your inner light, your inner guidance, the essence of yourself that is true and whole within you at all moments is present within your breath, inviting that golden white light to flow around you, above you, below you, in front of you, behind you, all around you. As you invite your pure self, your pure heart, your pure being to expand within you with your breath and expand around you with your breath. You invite yourself Give yourself permission to just fully be right here, right now. Just noticing your body, if you need to relax your face, your eyes, your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, your hips. Inviting your mind to quiet, breathing into your heart. Maybe if you wish to, envisioning your breaths in, going through in your heart, in your heart and out your heart. In front of you, behind you, and all around your heart. You're breathing with the beat of your heart. Good. Just taking a moment to feel your feet and your hands. We're going to invite that all of us are in coherence here in a greater field of perception, a greater field of connection and resonance. All of us that are here present and all of us that'll be on the replays. Just inviting this light of all the lands that we're upon through the crystalline grid of Mother Earth, our bodies, and source to align in one flow of light, of energy, to receive, to share, to be here in this space together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you have any intentions that you'd like to place in the field, please do. And the I am presence, giving yourself the moment to share yourself in your I am present moment. Good. And if you're on YouTube, feel free to share in comments where you're coming in from. And I appreciate everyone who shared here. Greetings, Stephen, in Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Mari. Hi, Judy, Lisa, and Philip, Janice. Thank you for being here. And all the rest of you who are here as well. Hi, Pat, New Jersey. Yes. So today, being present with the moment, and today we're on a 7/7/2025, which, we have the 7, which is a powerful number in and of itself, that, from the mystical traditions, a 7 is the chariot and taking the reins of our life, taking full awareness and consciousness of our subconscious and our conscious, and leading, directing our mind, directing our path, and really saying, I'm taking the reins now. Not all the subconscious patterning and things. It's time to get into direct focus and concentration and move life forward from that centered, focused place. And then, of course, we have a double 7, which is a 14, which is temperance, a place to really temper the ego, temper the desires, temper the conditions, to be able to fully step into the self, to step into who we are as a soul, to really know ourselves as that and direct our life from that space, so that all of that ideas and beliefs and things that maybe are aligned with maybe conditions or patterns of the past or other things, that we just get to temper all of that and really go quiet, go still, get inside and say, are these really my true desires? Is this really my true self? Is this really who I am? And then take that 7 that we had, which is right above it, and keep directing ourselves forward to learn, to grow. And then, of course, we have the 7/7/2025, which is 23, which is a 5, and 5 is our intuition. 5 is really in, the mystic traditions. It's the hook. It's the hook into source. It's the hook into our soul. It's remembering that we are connected and that we have all that we need within us, because there's never separation. and really tuning into that inner guidance, that inner voice, that inner knowing. So we have a beautiful day today. On a very beautiful way to align, especially with the energies that are happening right now. And so I wanted to share that with you. And I also just want to make a quick couple of announcements. So for those of you who follow me regularly, you might have seen that I'm creating another Unity Consciousness event. We're going to start airing July 21st with our speakers. July 20th will be our opening ceremony, and you can get all the information of it through this link that I'm going to put in chat and sign up to receive. It's a shorter one. We're going to have 7 speakers and they're dynamic. It's going to be we're going to have live conversation so you can come in and ask questions and engage. So I think that'll be a really wonderful way for all of us to connect. And also, I'm really excited. I'm offering an in-person immersion in October 8th through the 14th here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We get to really be held by the pure crystal quartz of this land, and we get to unwind, relax, and really connect in with our true self and support each other in that process by quieting down and relaxing and really choosing more of that inner harmony and alignment with the self. So I'm going to put that link in the chat too if you'd like to join us. In-person events are always really powerful, and I'm excited to be able to share it, to share it with you here. So you can check that out through the link in chat there. So let's begin here, and let's see. I need to refresh the YouTube page for some reason. It's not allowing me to get in chat. There we go. There we go. So I'm curious if you'd like to share in chat or in comments, what have you been experiencing? Any words, any thoughts of what's been present for you in your life right now? Through this week, today, maybe just today, or maybe the last few weeks. I know that in June was an incredible an incredible gateway, and even just the first week of July, there's just been a lot of energy, really, again, deepening our connection with ourself, drawing us into a space of what's really present. Where's our attention going? What energies are alive within us that may be creating certain experiences, with our self relationship, our relationship with others, that just are ready to unwind and become something different, right? Become something different. And this energy of July is all about, what did we gather? What did we gain from these waves that we've been going through? And how are we going to say yes to ourselves? I've been really tuning in with the earth and with the sun and with the planets, and just really seeing, after all of this rearrangement that's been going on in the inner realms of ourself, right? Our inner sanctum of our bodies, of our souls, and the earth and the sun and the planets. And right now, there is a great energy rising up, and there's an integration through all of these planetary bodies and stars and ourselves, right? To really share alignment, share connection. Yeah, Susan, absolutely overwhelmed with intensity of shadow work and the immense beauty of opening to it. Ah, I love how you stated that. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely was in moments of overwhelm too in June. And even this Saturday, there was just like, whoa, like for me, it was like, whoa, okay, there's stuff arising. Okay, what do I get to look at? What do I get to feel? What do I get to open up to so that I can allow this to move through? And which is really interesting, because July, we're moving, with air and water signs this month, right? We have, the water signs, actually water and fire. We have Cancer and Leo in this month, and it just feels like it's like, okay, how deep are we going to go into the waters? How deep are we going to go into our emotions? How deep are we going to go into the subconscious? How deep are we going to go into the movement of things? And then step into, the fire of transformation, which is really a beautiful energy. So as we flow with what we have been embodying, what we've becoming aware of, there's a right now, as I was tuning in this morning to the grid and to the earth and to the sun, I'm just seeing a place of stillness. I'm seeing a place of just direct focus, of emptiness and awareness at the same time. Of, okay, we're holding this space. We're just going to step back out of, the field of thought and experience, just hold the space of what we might call the void, or hold the space of energy, so that or the intelligence and consciousness can have a place of a space to really integrate, a space to listen, a space to feel, a space to open into, to say, okay, how can I come into this vast awareness right now that I am, and everything that's arising, and expand my capacity to let it do what it needs to do, right? And let go of our grip on how we want life to be, or, our ways of being, maybe our routines, our, how we've settled into life. Like, that's just like the way we've settled into life is kind of up for rearrangement. So, so if that's happening for you, yeah, Cynthia, questioning everything. Ooh, okay. All right. What's that bringing alive for you? Questioning everything. Yeah. And I'd love to hear anyone else that wants to share in chat or comments, what's your present state? What's really coming alive for you? So I was noticing that this weekend, I had a guest for the weekend, and I was going through these ping pong moments of my son was away with his grandmother, and I'll be honest, as much as I love my son, I mean, I love my son and I love my time with him, but I really love those moments to just decompress and then get to go into my own flow, into my own rhythm, when he's not here. And I had a guest. And so I was having this like inner rift of myself of like, oh, I so want my time to myself. And I have all these things that I need to do, to get ready for, the Unity Consciousness event, and also do some more prep for the immersion in October, and get some things together, and just other things that I'm organizing in my community with things I just needed, the time and space. And I was just like, like, and I was just like, let it go and trust, let it go and trust. All will be done in divine time, and let myself have a weekend and enjoy myself, and free all of that, but it really made me notice how much I was used to my pattern and rhythm in life. And that, I usually see myself as someone who can adjust easily to situations. But this moment was just like, I don't want to adjust. I want what I want. And then I was like, you want to know what? Just let it go. Because that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And then I ended up having a really great time and felt really refreshed, and everything flowed really well. But it was just, I really just had to sit with it. And I voiced it to my friend, because I was like, this is what I'm experiencing. And if I feel edgy, this is what I'm experiencing. It's nothing to do with you. This is just what I'm experiencing. I'm willing to sit with it. I'm willing to be with it. I'm willing to look at it. I'm willing to share it. And it's like, once I talked about it and then went and meditated and let it go, it's like, oh, great, good, done. Did it. Let myself experience it. Yeah. So let's see, Lisa, stronger observations of feelings and pattern behaviors. Yes, absolutely. That is the key of the moment. Yeah, Philip, feeling the transitory nature of life. Ooh, yeah. Mary, going through my physical stuff and eliminating all I can. With this, I am having a flare-up of swelling of my left leg from poor lymph circulation. Yes, let it go. Yeah, may your body come into a healing state here with everything that is moving. Yeah, and I like what you said, yes, Lisa, that is actually what's happening with this space that's being held in the field. It's almost like, okay, the big eye, right? Like we're being brought into the big eye of like, let's see what we can see. Are we willing to see what we're seeing? Are we willing to see what's arising? And as we're willing to see what we're arising, how are we going to relate to it? How are we going to relate to it? Are we going to Are we going to welcome it? Are we going to resist it? Are we going to let it happen? Just like uh, what Steven was saying and the immense beauty of opening to it, right? Are we going to do that? Are we going to open our hearts? And that's what this pure heart of saying yes to ourself is all about. And that's what I had to say. I had to say yes to myself this weekend. Like, myself isn't defined by my work. Myself is like, how do I want to enjoy my life right now? I have a guest. Let's just go have fun. Let's go enjoy. Like it was fun showing them around town and, taking them and doing the things that you do when you come to hot springs. It's like we get to go dig crystals and we get to go out on the boat and we get to, go hang out in the thermal baths downtown. We get to go do these things that bring relaxation and joy and connection, right? And so when we're in that space, and also, Philip, I was actually tuning into that temporariness, that transitory thing of life too. It's like, we get so sometimes caught up in life and the things that are before us or the things that are happening, right? Instead of going, wow, this is temporary, this is temporary, this is temporary, right? This will transition too. This will transition too, right? And so when we can drop into that space and it's like, right, everything's in motion. Everything's in motion, nothing is static. It may, even though the intensity of the moment feels so strong, whatever it is, it's in motion and it is moving. And can we move with it? Right. And so this pure heart of saying yes to the self, saying yes to the self can bring those spaces of inspiration and joy and connection, but also can be like, whoa, that's different. That's unfamiliar. Ooh, wow, look at all the times maybe I haven't said yes to myself, or ooh, look at these things that are coming up, around how do I say yes to myself? What does that even look like or feel like? What would life be like if I was really engaged and connected to what the yes is in the moments of my life for me? Wow, incredible, right? And that pure heart of ourself knows. It really knows. And those are the nudges that bring us into the awareness that we may not be saying yes to ourselves, or we are saying yes to ourselves. And that opening up, that continually opening. How much can we stretch? How much can we stretch? How much can we breathe into ourselves and really say yes. And that is beautiful for this day because that yes, and I wasn't even thinking about the date when it came, when I was tuning into Mastery Monday and it came through to talk about saying yes to ourselves. And it's like, oh yeah, 7, it's taking the reins of our life and saying yes to ourselves. It's absolutely that. And we're always doing it over and over and over again. So even though we may say yes to ourselves today for something, it doesn't mean it's going to be the same yes later today or tomorrow. That we're open in the pure heart or the flow of our soul, of our awareness, of our consciousness, that it is going to be a growing, evolving experience, right? A growing, evolving experience. So yeah, Piwet, enjoying right now, being an isolationist and all the turmoil of energy in the public atmosphere. Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting because there is all of that. And when we can say yes to ourselves, we get to, tune all of that out and create a different vibration, create a different experience. And it's not to say that we don't need to be aware of what's going on in the world. It's more of just like, what world am I? What is my world? What is my world? What's the rhythm? What's the energy? What's the frequency of my world? And let's open to that. Let's open to that. And then that guides the world for us to, create a different atmosphere, to create a different atmosphere over time, over space, right? As the more and more we anchor that in. And so what I'm feeling really deeply right now in the field is this consciousness arising within each one of us, and the consciousness of the earth arising, and the consciousness of the sun and the planets, and just source itself, and the pure 0 point stillness of creation itself is just going, here we are, here we are, this moment, here we are, what's here for you? And how do we want to be with it? And really seeing each moment as that gift of presence, that gift of opportunity, that gift of, can I open to this? Can I allow this? Can I watch this? Can I presence myself with this? And say yes. And say yes to it, because it's me, my energy, my flow. If it's present, it's here for me. It's here for me. Right? So saying yes, the way it came to me in a visual sense was saying yes. I just see these like ongoing energetic portals that we're consistently creating and stepping through, which is like, ooh, here's this universe. Ooh, here's this universe. Ooh, here's this universe, right? And when we say yes to ourselves, that's what it's creating. It's creating a whole new world. And yeah, our world may look the same to us, like in its presence and its, physical form. And yeah, there may be similar things going on in the world. But the more and more we do that, our perceptions shift, our ways of being shift, our bodies shift, the way we think, the way we feel, what we choose, what is experiencing, right? So it's like layer upon layer, each portal is creating sometimes maybe a big shift, but these subtle changes in energy, these subtle changes of embodiments, these subtle changes of awareness, these subtle changes of hearing, all our senses start to get really honed in on more of that magnetic space of, ooh, that rhythm that wants to be in alignment with life. And not to say that we're ever out of alignment. I think, when we say those things, it's not defining us as like being out of alignment, because we're learning, we're growing. And sometimes it feels like we're disconnected and out of alignment when we're in those moments or whatever. But it's really, that's the growth process, the unfamiliarity, the unknown, or that, what that contracted space, that's the evolutionary space. That's the evolutionary space. So it's just an invitation right now to go, where have I opened up to more consciousness and awareness of my life? Where am I putting my energy and my focus? Where am I tempering my thoughts and my mind and my, maybe my, more identity egoic desires? And how am I allowing that inner guidance, that inner connection, that inner knowing continue to deepen and expand and allow that capacity to just be? To be and say yes to the self. So what we're doing is we're really creating a new condition, and I'm saying conditioning as like a way of how we're nurturing our field. We're creating new conditions for ourselves, and that's the evolution, and we grow with each one. Right. And I'm not saying these limitations, because sometimes we think as conditions as limitations, like, no, I'm going to try this. This is the new way I want to be in life. I want to try that on. And then we grow from there. Yeah, let's see. Saw of being grateful, noticing my increased perception, deepening connection to self and Gaia, and falling back into old habits that don't serve and annoy me, wired and tired, feeling safe in the world and anxiety about the future. However, I am staying up more and longer than the dips down. Beautiful to be in the space now. Thank you for Savannah for sharing that. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. And that's what we get to do. And I appreciate that being grateful and noticing, and just having the increased perception that allows us to go, oh yeah. So wonderful. Celebrating that you're not staying down in the dips as long. And that's what happens, the more we're willing to be in the dip and, notice and come out, it's like, right? Adjustment time is much more fluid and easeful and quicker. And so it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Yeah, it's natural, I think, for all of us, when I talk about the world and the world affairs and stuff, it's like, yeah, there are some things that like bring worry and things like that. But then it's like, well, if I step into my rhythm and perfection of life, then I'll be right where I need to be in all of it. I'll be right where I need to be in all of it. And right here, right now, where I am and the experience that I'm having is right where I am. And it's right where I need to be. And the way to do what it does, I am a part of the whole of the world. So if I'm staying in my field of presence and I'm staying in my field of willing to go through my growth process, then I'm going through the same growth process as the rest of the world is going through. And we're all doing it together. And we're all doing it together. And it's hard to sometimes conceive of that, especially if we want to judge what's happening in the world, or, maybe we enter a fear field because of things we see or what people say, what gets focused on, and we get to say, well, okay, yep, I'm feeling that too. And, I want to step more into my creatorship, create my life, create my energy, and trust that other people are doing the same thing, because we are. Those of us, we're here together, right? We're doing it, that we're weaving a new pattern into the world. And, in transition, there's the extremes, and we're going through that. We're just going to witness that. So let's witness it also. I was talking with my friend this weekend because, we were just talking about, how things that we experienced when we were younger have shaped our life, have shaped our perceptions, have shaped our behaviors and our views, right? And sometimes they're not real pleasant, because they're defense mechanisms, right? And I was, just sharing, a sense of not being so judgmental of others, because we don't know what people have gone through, and have compassion for the fact that this is what they're choosing in the world. This is what they're choosing based on their own conditions. You're you based on your conditions, and I'm me based on my conditions. And, life isn't easy for anybody, no matter what. We may have that perception, life was easy for you. And it's like, well, underneath, really, this is what I experienced. Wow. So first, let's have compassion for ourselves, for the conditions we've gone through. And then that really helps us have compassion for others and the world itself, and the things that people are doing. It's like, why don't people think differently or do this or do that or blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, why didn't we? Why aren't we doing what we could say we could do better, or do it differently? It's the same thing, so let's hold a space of staying connected to ourselves, staying connected. And whenever we find ourselves, passing judgment or fear or worry, just kind of bringing it back home and saying, wow, okay, I'm noticing that. And, You know, who am I? Who am I to say? All I can do is say for myself. All I can do is think for myself. Because if I'm a world within the world, if I'm a whole universe within the universe, if I'm an orbit of the axis of this vast energy field of my soul that's orbiting and moving with all these other souls, how do I want to be aligned in life? Because if I'm aligned, then guess what? I'm creating a field that allows the rest of everyone else to be aligned to. The best that we can in each moment, the best that we can in each moment, the best that we can in each moment. So it's, you know, bringing it back home, always bringing it back home. So that's just the offering of energy of consciousness today. So, and that just going back to that transitory state, you know, everything is in transition all the time, every breath. Every breath creates a new energy. Every breath. I'm just watching the breeze and the, you know, the leaves of the trees and the branches and all the different plants moving with the breeze right now. And it's like, that's life. We're moving. And think about how many hundreds of leaves are on this tree and all of them that are here in this space that we're around, or maybe the blades of grass or the different whatever you have in your area. It's creating a brand new geometry with every minute movement. With every minute movement. We have that same opportunity with each thought, with each breath, with each moment. It's not to put pressure on ourselves to have to be that. It's more of just a noticing and awareness to be like, okay, here I am. Here I am again. Here I am again. Here I am again. Right? Continual flow of presence. All right, so let's go into, a meditation that allows us to connect into the present moment, to ourself, to the yes that we have been giving to ourself, and maybe open a space through the heart, the pure heart that does hold us in all of reality, all of creation, that is saying yes to us. And that's why we're here. We're being held by a greater source of connection. We're being held by ourselves. And how much more are we willing to say yes to ourselves? What does that look like? What does that feel like? How does that move in our system? What does it bring alive? So let's take a moment here, take a breath in and notice maybe how you feel, what thoughts or emotions, sensations are alive in your space, in your body. Just take a moment to notice. And just say hello to what you're noticing. Maybe it's a thought, an emotion, a feeling, a sensation. It could be one that's pleasurable, that feels opening and connected, or there may be some questioning or some tension. Just saying hello to it. My body, my mind, my thought, my feeling. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I'm noticing you, I'm present with you. I'm present with you. I'm present with you. I'm just noticing what that brings alive to choose to be present with whatever is present. Take a breath in and continually notice and breathe as we invite the frequency of the pure heart. The frequency of the pure heart, the source of light, with the pure intelligence and love of life itself, existence itself, creation itself. Like a warm, embracing hug around your energy body, around your body, your love, your heart, your love, your heart. Inviting that sensation, that knowing of the pure heart as a breath into your own heart. Your heart is a part of this pure heart of the greater existence of life. It's you. Breathing through that expanded space of the heart and the higher heart together here as one within your body, within your presence, within you, with around, all around you. Remember the pure love that's inherent within every cell of your body, within every breath, within every flow of life. It is being willing to open more with your breath to it, to let it flow through and feel that the course of that energy through your whole body, the flow of it through your whole body, the nourishing, the expanding, the opening, the nurturing, the holding, whatever is needed to be held right here now. If you wish to, inviting the pure heart to hold whatever you feel you would like to be held in your life or your body. We're here for you. We're here for you. Inviting, maybe your current experience on a physical level, emotional thought, asking the pure heart to embrace this part of you, bring you anything that's needed. Maybe something needs to loosen up and let go. Maybe something wants to dissolve, and maybe something wants to come in as a form of guidance or support. If you wish to, just offering it up, surrendering it up to source, to the pure heart. Saying here, right now, I don't really know how to do this. Or thank you for this, and I'd like to shift, I'd like to transform into having a new experience. Here, please take this and do what's needed. Or maybe something's opening and you're like, here, take this and support anything else that's needed for me to open to this more and more, to embody it, to feel it, to be it. Beautiful. Just giving yourself the opportunity to really connect into it. Just noticing where maybe you could say yes to yourself more, say yes to those nudges or feelings or thoughts or the things that you really would like to experience and allow in your life. It's where you could bring more yes to yourself. Let the pure heart open and wash over you, your energy, amplify and that yes. And through that, we're going to welcome this pure heart, yes, to flow through any parts of the body where you've held maybe any regrets or resentments or could haves, would have, should haves. I'm going to say it, I should good thing. Yeah, past, present, future. And unwind that from your body, from your nerve system, from your mind, from your energy body, from lifetimes. Again, offering it up, freeing up all that energy. It's no longer needed to be held in your body. So you have the space to say yes now to yourself. You have your power, your energy. Any emotions of maybe grief or sadness, anger, frustration, overwhelm, offering all that up to the pure heart. No longer needing to hold it. Beautiful. Yes. And then feeling that space that's there now and opening to the yes and to what that brings you. What does the yes in the now moment? And maybe there's something specific you want to say yes to in your life. Allowing that now. Maybe it's to more self-connection, more self-love. Maybe more freedom to move your body, more freedom to have experiences you'd like to have. Yes, yes, yes. Breathing through the heart. And feeling that yes resonate through your whole body. The tuning fork of your body, and the resounding vibration of the yes through your whole body. And if you wish to, say it out loud. Yes. Yes. We see how deep with that devotion, conviction, you can feel in the sound of your voice and the vibration of your voice. Yes, 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 yes. Ah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Just notice what that opens up within you. What feelings or thoughts, sensations emerge. With this, an invitation to be closer to yourself, to embody this perfection, this beauty that you are. Relieving any pressures to do anything else, but to just to be present and loving and willing to be with you and compassion and maybe more freedom. Yes. Taking a moment to Take a breath in, acknowledging yourself, your heart, the pure heart, your yes, yourself. We'll just take a few moments of stillness to allow this to gently sink in and move through with all that energy that you now get to breathe in from the pure heart to every cell of the body, to your heart. Taking a deep breath in. Maybe a sigh out. Giving gratitude for yourself, your body, the energy frequencies that are present to bring us into this space. Beautiful. Feeling your feet and your hands. Feeling the opportunity to just come into this space, inviting neutrality, inviting presence and connection to the rest of your day. And just when you feel your feet and your hands and you're noticing the temperature of the air around you, that you invite yourself, that when you open your eyes, you choose to open from the pure heart, that you choose to open from this place of connection with yourself to where you're choosing you. You're choosing the yes of exactly where and what and how and when in each moment. Finding that deep place within that is that yes, and noticing where it is in your body. And if you want to, placing a hand there and breathing with it with gratitude, that you know it's you, you know it's here, you know it's alive, you know it's present, that it is you. Beautiful. Yes. So just inviting that space and for you to come in to an opportunity to be present. And if you'd like to share anything in chat or comments of what you received or what came through, or if you have any questions of guidance that you need in this moment of this now, please share. I'm here. Yes. How incredible it is, huh? Hi, Savannah.
I love that.
Yay.
There were so many yeses.
Yes.
And it's great. And that speaking out loud is really empowering.
Okay.
but yes, it's very round. The whole theme today, the whole Monday, was like a lovely build up, and then it's yes. So thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. What, any specific yes you want to share? Like maybe a yes that you're going to align with in your life?
The first one that came was flow.
Flow. Nice. What's
Yes.
flow for you?
Kind of ease and getting away from that mind thing of, oh yeah, I meditate in the morning and then I do that and I'm gonna eat this healthy food and all these is kind of a bit prescriptive. But if I go with flow, then I can actually feel what wants to come in now. When does meditation want to come in? What food wants to come in? What person wants to come in? What silence wants to come in? That's what I mean, or what it means to me.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah. Welcome that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the voice, it is. It's like as we know, sound is creation. You know, it's tone, it's vibration, and it's creating the intelligence around us, you know, to then respond to us. And so I appreciate you bringing that in, you know, that it's empowering. It is. It really is. We're speaking our creation into being. Yeah. Yes. Mari. Share. Ooh.
I was feeling this whole universe within. It was like Savannah said, the circle was like expanding. You know, the yes just had its own heartbeat, its own, universe, and it was like yes, yes, yes. And yeah, it just felt very powerful, and all the things to say yes to. Yeah. Anyway.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I like your shirt. Live, love.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. It's
You see
perfect.
that? I didn't see it.
Love it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's fascinating, you know, to recognize our own individual expansiveness, you know, and, you know, what that really means, you know, and how we can really relate to that. We really are the universe within. Yeah. So thank you for sharing your voices here with us, Savannah and Mari. Yeah. And P Wit, yeah, a centerless of clarity, a centeredness, I'm thinking, a centeredness of clarity in heart, space, radiance, abundant gratitude. Yay. Thank you. Love it. Grateful you were able to experience that and allow that. Yeah. Ah, yes. Let's say it more too, those things that are a yes, you know, a real true yes to ourselves. And you know, I find that, you know, when we do speak, you know, sometimes, you know, even like what I was saying, when I was having this grip, like as Savannah, you were saying that prescriptive life, like I was just feeling my prescriptive life. Like I just want to have my 2 hours in the morning or so that I get on the weekends when I am by myself of just meditating and stretching and exercise, doing what I want, you know, in my own flow before I begin like, you know, the day of, you know, whatever it is. And it was like, oh, I just spoke that to my friend that was here. And then all of a sudden I was like, great, I'm gonna go stretch for 5 minutes, meditate for 5 minutes, let's go. You know, like let's, you know, we wanted to get out and early to Crystal Dig because it was a hot day, you know, before it was you know, before it, you know, got too hot, even though we were still in the hot and sweating pretty good, the heat. But it was like, you know, flow, that awareness of every day doesn't have to be the same, or, you know, how we do it is the same. We get to be like, what's really here? What's happening? And what does that bring me? You know, when I can adjust and flow. So Janice, yeah, grateful for your sharing. Yeah, absolutely. Grateful for everyone sharing. So does anyone else want to share anything in chat or on YouTube or on Zoom? If you have anything you want to share, please do. The awakening experience is that awakening to our power, awakening to our creativity. When we say we're the creator, it's like, whoa, like that's maybe a lot of responsibility, but really when we are the creator, we're just being creative in the moment. How can I be more creative in this moment? And that's that flow. What does that creativity want to flow through me in this moment? Maybe I do stick to my routine, but maybe I shift to this space in the room, or I go over here. Maybe like I'll shift rooms sometimes because this room that I in, like early in the morning, the sun's coming right through this window. So instead of stretching in my, bedroom, I'll bring everything in here and be like, okay, I'm in here because I want to be in the sunlight. So it's like just letting the moment, like what feels good right now. Maybe I do really want to stretch, so how, what does that get, what do I feel today, so that we get to allow that movement. And then even with people, if we know we're going to greet some friends or be with people, how do we want to show up today? Like, oh, I notice that maybe I show up this way every time I'm with them. Maybe I get to adjust. Maybe I get to have a different experience. Maybe I'll say this way, or maybe I'll notice my tone of voice, or maybe I'll notice my body language. Maybe I'll notice today how I get to be different in that experience. Right? So, Susan, yeah, grateful for this community. Grateful for you, Susan. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. So, how do we want to say yes? So, let's take a moment here. Let's take a deep breath in. We'll close the space and invite all of our energies to come into our own center, our own bodies, and grateful for the energy of all of us that co-created and all that will be on the recording. And maybe just taking a moment of presence of what's your yes for this moment in your transition from this to what is next in your day. What's your yes in your transition? How you get to be, who you get to be, how you get to be. Just taking a moment. Yeah, good. And may you enter these energies that are today of yes, today is my day to, say yes to myself and gather myself up and take the reins in my own hands of my life and allow myself to temper those voices within, as well as connect with that inner guidance of what my yes and my truth is. So allowing that more and more and more on this devoted path of our awakening. So thank you everyone for being here, and thank you the pure heart and the pure energy and your yeses, your voice, your presence, and the earth and the grid that held this space. I could just feel like the energy that was rippling through the earth itself in this and on our lands that we're upon and everywhere. So appreciate everyone. And so I look forward to being with you again through our next Mastery Monday. And also remember, if you want to join the Conversations of the Unity Consciousness event, that'll be happening July 21st. So please join us. And also for our October immersion here in Arkansas, if you'd love to join us, I think it's going to be a really powerful moment of deepening and connection with ourselves and how to also be that way with others in a powerful space. So here's the link to that if you'd like to explore what that is. I'm putting it in chat. So yeah. And also if you'd like to gift for today, those links will be in the replay message. Appreciate that when that comes through, and enjoy. And of course, always, if you want to, listen to that meditation again and, feel that if you're feeling a moment of, maybe contraction going, oh yeah, I remember how I felt when I went through that pure heart yes to myself, or just be like, remember that, I'm going to call in pure heart. Yes, yes, yes. Always the remembrance. So much love to you all. Love you. Be well. Take care and appreciate your presence here in the space. So honoring you and life itself. Be well. Lots of love.